my name is HAPruitt and I am the author of Anelthalien. And in this video, I'm going to continue the story behind the second book in the Anelthalien series, Earth Quaking. The second book is called Earth Quaking, and like I said in the past few videos, the writing of Earth Quaking just kind of went like, God gave it to me and I wrote it. Not a big deal. But the publishing part of Earth Quaking is the part that has the story to it. So the story behind Earth Quaking, I talked about my launch team in my last video, and before my launch team, like in October of 2020, I wanted my friend Brenda to read the manuscript of Earth Quaking. And I wanted Brenda to read it because she had read the manuscript of Anelthalien and helped me edit it. She's a retired school teacher, and so she is smart and likes to read and stuff, and so she's helpful. I guess you would kind of call that a beta reader if you want to be technical. So she was one of my beta readers, and I wanted her to read Earth Quaking before I published it. And I wanted her to read it in like October, but I don't remember the exact dates, the exact events when it all came about, but I had typed, I had handwritten, I handwrite all the story, and I just handwrite it in notebooks, and I had started writing like Anelthalien in like 2015, and when I was done with it, I just started writing what came next, and I didn't type it, and so for like 5-6 years, it just was on my shelf, not typed, and so I was working on typing it into the computer, and I'm a really slow, sorry typer, and so it took me a while to get it typed, and like I said, I'm not sure the exact dates, but it kept getting further and further along in time because fall is really busy with Thanksgiving and Christmas and the holidays, and being a pastor's wife, you got all these things to do, and just having a family, you have all these things to do and stuff like that. So it was a really busy time, and I wasn't getting it typed as fast as I wanted to. And when I finally got it typed, I wanted to read over it several times because I'm a sorry typer, and I do make quite a few typing errors. And I wanted to read over it several times before I gave it to Brenda, so she wouldn't be like, you know, you spell like every other word wrong. And I'm like, yeah, my fingers do weird things when I type. So I wanted to read over it several times, and I just wasn't getting it done. And my goal, I was like, I want to get it done by January. I so want to get this done by January so I can give it to her in January and she can have plenty of time. Because when she read the manuscript for Anelthalien, I gave it to her in a notebook, and it took her, I think it took her several months. I'm not sure. It took her a while, and it's completely understandable because Brenda's one of those people who's like amazing and wonderful, and she helps everybody and everything. And so she's like really busy all the time. Like, she's just amazing and wonderful. And so she's always helping these people and these people and these people and these people. And so she doesn't have a whole lot of spare time to read a book. She really likes to read, but she doesn't have spare time to do that. So it took her a while. So I wanted her to have time and not feel rushed. And I wanted to get it to her soon. But it just didn't happen. And it just didn't happen. And it just didn't happen. And I meant to write down the date, but I think it was in March, a week in March, maybe February. I'm not sure. I'll put it down in the description, the dates, if you want to know the exact dates. But I finally got it to her a lot later than I wanted to, and I didn't want to give it to her because I was afraid that I wouldn't get it back in time, because by then I knew God had given me this date, like June 30th is when the book needs to come out. I was like, okay. And so I didn't think I could get it back by June 30th if I gave it to her like in March. And I was kind of worried about that. But I did give it to her. And I was really worried about all the time because like I have been doing the launch team and telling everybody you need a hook line, you know, you need this and you need that and you need all these things. And you need to get your marketing plan ready, and I just hadn't had time to do it because I was so busy just proofreading over and doing all the other things that life demanded. I was so busy, and so all I had was a manuscript, and that's like technically I guess all you need to publish a book, but all I had was a manuscript. I didn't have a cover. I knew what I wanted for the cover. I had it all in my head, but I hadn't written it down. I didn't have anything else. And so I was really worried about the timing of everything, and was I going to be able to get it all done? And it was just really nerve-wracking because, like, you think you've got like 6 months, you know, in January you've got 6 months to publish a book, and then it's March, and you're like, March, April, May, June, you've got 3 months to publish a book, and you think that should be enough time, and it's really not. You got to get started so much earlier than you think, because there's so many little tiny things to do, and I just didn't feel like I was doing it at the right time. But I did give Brenda a clean copy of the manuscript finally, and I gave it to her. I think it was on a Sunday, and she was so excited to read it, and so it was good. And I was afraid I wouldn't get it back for a few months, but sometimes God does things that aren't so pleasant for some of us, but are pleasant in the long run. And Brenda got sick that week. She got sick enough to where she couldn't be doing all these things that Brenda does, and couldn't be helping these people and taking care of this and taking care of that. All she had to do that week was to rest and read a book. And so she finished Earth Quaking in a week, and she was super excited about it. I'll tell you more about her reaction later, but she finished it in 1 week instead of several months. 1 week. God worked it out to where she got sick exactly at the time where she could just relax and read Earth Quaking all the way through, and it turned out so perfectly good. And so from that, it's just like, you may think that you don't have time, you may think that you aren't getting done what you need to be getting done, but if you're doing what God says, honestly, truly, you're getting done what He wants you to get done. And that's a really hard lesson to learn, because we feel like we need to do things all the time, and we need to get done this and this and this, just like our plan has said we need to do. But if we're doing what God says, He's going to make sure everything gets done in exactly the right time, and give us extra time if we let Him take care of everything. I felt like I had no time, but God worked out the timing absolutely perfectly. So that is all I'll tell for right now. There's still plenty more to tell in the story of Earth Quaking. And I will continue next week, but that's all I have for now. So if you are enjoying me telling about the story behind Earth Quaking, if you enjoy books, if you enjoy fantasy books, if you enjoy Christian books, and anything to do with those, please do follow, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the button down there that says subscribe, not describe, subscribe. Please like this video. Please comment on this video if it helps you in any way, or if you just want to comment and say something. If you have any questions about the story behind Earth Quaking or Anelthalien, ask me questions. Please subscribe, please like, and please comment. And thank you very much for watching. Bye.
If you want to know more about Anelthalien or HAPruitt, please follow me on Instagram at HAPruitt. You can find me on Amazon as an Amazon author, HAPruitt. Please watch my YouTube channel and all my cool videos on my channel, HAPruitt Anelthalien. You can find me on the Facebook page, HAPruitt Anelthalien. You can follow me on Goodreads by the name HAPruitt and the book Anelthalien, or you can go to my website where so much cool stuff about Anelthalien is. The website is HAPruitt.com.